there's been a bevy of station commanders who've signed an open letter expressing concern about the safety risk. You aware of that letter?
Nope.
Okay, well, it was a letter that was published in the Manning Times, and I
don't read it regularly, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, it is your ministry, Minister.
But the Manning Times isn't...
Would it be fair to say that commanders are sort of loyal people who are recognised for their dedication and service, and they're expressing concern about this methodology, and you as the minister don't have an opinion on it because you don't know about it?
I don't read the Manning Times, mate.
So you're not aware of this letter at all?
No, I just told you I don't read the Manning Times.
Sure.
If you'd like to table it, I'll have a look at it.
I will do that.
Have you got it?
Yeah, I have.
Could you quote it for me?
I'll quote it for you and I'll table it. So
Can you
if
quote
I
it?
could just take you to some practical examples, Minister, of the manifestation of this on the ground. One of the stations proposed for tolling is Bundeena, which I understand is unmanned but serviced by retained firefighters in the area. As we all know, it's located within the Royal National Park. Now, the station nearest to Bundeena is Helensburgh, which is about half an hour's drive. And according to the list that we're in possession of, in terms of the proposed stations to go on this tolling list, the two other nearest stations to Bundeena it's Helensburgh and Scarborough. And both are proposed to go onto that list. Now, we had the member for Heathcote, Lee Evans, in response to these concerns, stating in the media that, as an example, and I'll quote, in the event of a Helensburgh fire station being closed, firefighters from the Bundeena station or the one at Revesby could respond. So if you have a situation where Bundeena, Helensburgh and Scarborough were all on this tolling system because staff had dropped below 4, you rely then on Revesby as the next closest station to service Bundeena, Scarborough and Helensburgh. Is that an acceptable situation?
Before I invite the Commissioner to answer for that question, I mean, of course, if the taxpayers of New South Wales could afford it, we would have a fire station in every single suburb. But the taxpayers of New South Wales can't afford that. And to be frank, I don't know if the operational need would be there.
So you've done a risk analysis. Are the parameters of that risk analysis something you'd be able to share with the committee?
Certainly we've got the draft Commissioner's order, which sets out exactly the steps that we'll take, and you may be aware that we're currently in the IRC talking that through. It's very operational in nature, but it does very clearly set out the different steps that we would take before we would take those stations offline, and once again taking into account all factors that we consider at any one time, like the fire weather situation, whether we've got any total fire bans in place, whether we're currently experiencing adverse weather or whether we've got weather warnings coming through. But in the end, our frontline commanders have got a lot of experience managing the ones that we have done since 2008, and I've got a lot of confidence in them to be able to do this going forward.
I appreciate that, Commissioner. So what we're saying is that the risk analysis gives you, Commissioner, and you, the Minister, a level of comfort that in a situation like the one I outlined, and let's just say, for argument's sake, the closest station, Helensburgh, has got people. It hasn't been taken offline. Then a half an hour trip to Bundeena. That the risk analysis looks after that, does it? Is that what we're saying?
Commissioner?
Sorry, I had some trouble just hearing that question. Could that be re-put?
Well, the question was, Commissioner, is that notwithstanding the risk analysis, or given the risk analysis, you're comfortable that in the event that Helensburgh did have personnel, it wasn't taken offline, Bundeena's offline because you've dropped below 4, the risk analysis covers you in terms of your comfort over providing firefighting service to Bundeena with a half an hour travel time. You're okay with that?
Well, with everything else that has been outlined today, I've got huge confidence in my frontline commanders to make the best decisions on the day.
Can
And
you
I think,
understand,
we've got-
Minister, can you understand a person living at Bundeena might be a bit concerned by that answer?
Not everybody in New South Wales lives within 5 minutes of a fire station, so of course there's always going to be, and as I've said before, I mean, if I had my way, there'd be one in every suburb, but there isn't the operational need or the operational tempo to justify it